Okay, So, I never thought I would actually have the opportunity to practice this sort of thing. But I had the opportunity. I'm not gonna get too much into it. To press charges on somebody for, ostracize. Basically, I'll just fucking explain to it. I I'm out of town. I'm obviously not in my regular room right now. I'm out of town for work. I arranged to rent from a man in the town I have the work in, Petrolia. But everything seemed fine. I showed up in person the day of I was going to rent, and he showed me the room. Everything seemed fine. I said, I'm going to go get some dinner and come back, and I'll be back around 8 so I can sleep, because I got to get up at 6. He said, all right. So I left. I visited a friend. I got some food in me. I came back at 8, which 2 hours later, and all the lights were off, which was weird because when I showed that there 2 hours earlier, all his buddies were loading all kinds of beer into the house, and they looked like they were going to start watching a game or something. But when I came back like 2 hours later, the lights were off, the doors were locked. I didn't know what the fuck. I just figured maybe he was out, maybe he forgot. You know, I didn't know what the fuck happened. Everything seemed fine. He never told me that he changed his mind because, well, his reason is because I'm a faggot. Well, I mean, like, technically I'm not even gay, so, like, I'm born a woman dating a man, so, like, that argument's kind of invalid. He, I don't know, instead of just saying, sorry, I changed my mind, get off my property, he literally just comes out screaming on the top of his lungs, get the fuck off my property, you faggot, get off or I'm calling the cops. And it's just like, I honestly, at first, I thought it might have been a different person, or maybe that, and then when I realized it was the same guy, I was just like, hey, I thought maybe he thought I was maybe he didn't, you know, I thought maybe he thought I was somebody else on his property, but no, it was directed towards me, and I was just like, why? What's wrong? Like, can you please explain to me why I'm gonna be homeless tonight? And he's like, I don't give a fuck where you sleep. Good, you're sleeping outside in the cold. And it's like, I didn't even have my coat. There's snow on the ground. Like, yeah, it was pretty bad. And the thing is that he kept screaming that I already got off his property. Like, I didn't even know where to go, so I was just kind of like at the end of his neighbor's driveway. Like, I'm not even on his property. I'm not even on his neighbor's property. I was on the road, even. Like, there's not a sidewalk on that road, so I'm literally on the road. And I'm just, like, thinking, like, am I gonna have to just sleep in a park? But the thing is that in Petrolia, it's actually illegal to be on any public property. It's even illegal to whistle at night. That's how tiny this town is. You're not allowed to whistle at night because it's too loud. It is completely dead quiet there at night. And you're not allowed to be on public property after nightfall in Petrolia. So the option of sleeping in a park wasn't even there. So I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I feel like I was wrongfully evicted, but the thing is I didn't even get the chance to give him the money yet. So technically I wasn't even renting from him in the first place. I never actually signed anything, even though we were talking for days over text and calls, arranging that this was all going to happen. I'm from out of town. Like, think about this. This was like 8:30 at night, alright? I didn't know anybody in that town. I had no options. He was the only guy that was renting in Petrolia, and, like, there's no homeless facilities there, there's no hotels, there's no nothing. This is like a town of like a few thousand people, and I mean like under 10,000 people. There is not a lot of people in this town. I called the cops. I don't know what to fucking do. I called the cops, and they literally just tell me to call my mom. Like, I'm 24 years old. When I get assaulted, I don't call my mom. I call law enforcement. But the thing is, she didn't even show up. She didn't even ask for the guy's name. She was just like, this isn't a police problem, go fucking talk to somebody else. But the thing is that, like, I don't think she realized how violent this guy was. Like, I feel like if I didn't immediately run off his property, he was going to hurt me. Like, I felt like my life could have been in danger. But the thing is, this has, in my opinion, I don't even fucking care about Bill C-16 and shit. This was assault, in my opinion. Like, he didn't actually fucking touch me, but if I didn't literally run off his property, I wouldn't doubt that he would have chased me. And, the thing is, I know that I can probably press charges against this guy, but what I would rather do is I'll let him have his free speech, and I'm gonna let me have my free speech. And if he didn't want people to know what he did, because I believe that what people should be judged on merit, and if he doesn't want people to know what he did, then he probably shouldn't have fucking done it. I would have been totally okay that if after he met me, he called or texted me and said, hey, can you find somebody else to sleep? I don't want you sleeping in my house. He has that right. Even though legally, in Canada, I know he doesn't have that right, because you can't deny somebody a house simply because of their sexual orientation or even gender identity in Canada. I don't agree with that. I think you should be allowed to, refuse somebody to live in your house for any fucking reason. But I still believe that I have the right to fucking know. You know, I feel like this was, entrapment to put me on the street. And I don't know. I don't even know what to fucking do. But all I did was I posted in, a Facebook buy and sell group for Sarnia and the surrounding area. Petrolia doesn't even have its own Facebook group for this shit. But Sarnia and the surrounding area, and, I just don't want anybody else to fall for that crap, because I'm not even gay. I just think he was really drunk. He was a violent drunk, and I don't want to slander his name and call him a drunk, because I don't even know if he was drinking. I'm fairly fucking certain he was. He was drinking the day before, and he was drunk on Monday night. So, who the fuck drinks on a Monday night, right? But, I don't know. It's just a really stressful experience. And because I can't find a place to rent in Petrolia now, I have to quit. And I have to go back home to London. And I have to go continue living off a disability. And this is not something I want to do. I want to be the kind of person that gets to earn what I get to keep, you know? I don't want to be the kind of person that just, I'm a special fucking snowflake. I'm going to press charges because this guy doesn't, adhere to my ideology. I don't believe in that. I believe he has the right to refuse, but I have the right to fucking know before I'm homeless. You know what I mean? But, whatever. He can have his freedom of speech, and this is me having mine. So, the thing is that I was mostly concerned about, sorry for getting emotional, I'm just really bad at, this is really stressful. The thing that I'm really concerned about, and I don't really give a fuck about that guy, whatever, fuck that guy, right? What I'm really concerned about is, why didn't the cops even show up? Because when I called OPP, they said they were selling a patrol vehicle. I got a call 20 minutes later saying, yeah, you should just call your mom. At least show up. At least get a quote from the guy, because I'm pretty sure he would have straight up said, I'm not letting that faggot sleep in my house. He was drunk. And I'm pretty sure if she showed up and saw that this guy was a violent drunk, she would have understood my situation a little bit better. I'm not trying to I think she just immediately thought that I was just some kind of tranny that immediately just wanted special rights because some guy didn't like me. That is not what happened. This guy was violently drunk, and he was chasing me off his property. I was already off his property, and he was still yelling, homophobic slurs at me down the street. This wasn't, the thing is that, I probably, if I was in his position, I still think, he didn't need to be as violent as he was, alright? That's all. I feel like it was harassment. I feel like it was entrapment, because he had hours. He had hours to text and call me. If he didn't want me on his property, he had so many options to just tell me not to come back. But, considering what happened, he knew I was gonna come back. He knew I was gonna come back. I said I was gonna come back. He said okay. So, me coming back, I felt like I had permission on his property already. And to just violently, when I said, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to be sleeping on the ground tonight out here. And he said, Good. I don't fucking care. I don't care where you sleep. I don't care. I honestly think that this guy has, I know I shouldn't make assumptions about people like this, but I honestly think that he got enjoyment from this. Like, who puts an ad out for a rental and then does this? Like, it doesn't even matter if I'm gay or not. Even if I'm not, but it doesn't even matter if I was. Like, you don't do that to people. For any reason. Like, I even tried talking him down from screaming, hey, please, can you please tell me, like, what's wrong? Can we talk this out? And he's like, no, I don't give a fuck, get the fuck off my property, you faggot. And I was just like, sir, I'm not even gay. Like, whew. And the thing is, since I'm not even gay, he's calling me gay slurs. I can't even claim, like, a hate crime on this. Not even that I was going to, anyway. I don't believe in hate crime laws, but I just feel like I'm repeating myself now. I'm sorry, but anyway, I'm really upset because, I'm losing my job over this. And since this is a really small town, and I posted this on Facebook, I'm pretty sure there's going to be rumors going around. And I'm working at this big giant greenhouse, setting up all these hydroponic systems and shit. And, like, there's a lot of people working there. And most of them live in that town. And I'm pretty sure, like, if they were like, oh, some trans guy got kicked out of a house, this guy's a trans guy over here, I bet it's this guy, because I'm the only fucking transgender person a lot of these people have ever even met. So, like, I do feel ostracized from this, and it sucks. I never thought I would get this upset over this. I've been always somebody who fights for free speech and stuff like that, but this is just something I gotta tough it out, bite the bullet, and just move on with my life and go back to London. But I just really wish, like, people understood that I'm a conservative, you know? I believe he has his right to refuse me for any reason, even if the law doesn't defend that. And I don't know, that's all. I think I'm really upset because, like, the police officer just, she didn't even let me finish explaining what happened. Like, I was gonna go on and say, like, I honestly believe this man is violent, and I honestly believe that this man intentionally entrapped me into being homeless. He had plenty of time to tell me. She didn't even let me explain it. Well, like, in the situation, like, I was really emotional, and I was still trying to process it. Like, it's been a whole day and a half now. So, the thing is that, like, I was so stressed from that incident that I couldn't sleep for about 45 hours. Like, I was awake for, like, 45 hours. I finally got a good night's sleep now, but, like, it's very stressful, and I'm not making this shit up. So, honestly, don't rent from Billy in Petrolia. He takes joy in, making you homeless. So, I'm just gonna go home. I'm so fucking lucky. Okay, so when the police officer, the thing is that sounds bad enough. After the police officer told me to call my mommy, which was in Sarnia, which I'm in Petrolia. At the time I was in Petrolia, I'm from London, she's in Sarnia. So this is a different fucking town. And I tried to explain to the officer, like I can't really call my parents. Like, they're driving, they can't just drive from another city. I'm 24 years old. Who fucking calls their parents when they're an adult living on their own? You know what I mean? And, like, I don't know, I apologize, and I'm like, I guess I should have called her first, is what I said, but I really shouldn't have had to. I should have called the police first, which is what I did, and I only called the police because he said he was calling the police, and I wanted to be able to get my statement in before they showed up. But they didn't show up at all. And, like, I didn't know he was bluffing either. And so, hey kitty. I'm gonna have to go bring my work shit back home. Go give them back to them and everything. And I don't even know how I'm gonna go back out there to give them the hard hat and shit back. Well, anyway, like I said, as soon as I went to go try to call my mom, my phone died. So I'm in this city. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to contact anybody. And I don't know anybody. Like, the best thing I could do is just, like, knock up on some random person's house and ask if I could use their phone so I can call my fucking parents. But the thing is, I didn't even do that. I I just started wandering the streets trying to calm myself down. I had my lunch bag with me, so I was actually I got some food into me at that point. And, like, it was for my next day of work, but at that point, it's like, I'm hungry, you know? And, I ended up wandering the streets until I found a house that I recognized. And, it was my friend's dad's house. And I asked to borrow the phone, and I got my mom to come pick me up, but she was just kind of like just really shaken. Like, she had work the next morning. Like, she didn't want to drive an hour out to Petrolia and back, you know? Can you not get in the way of the camera, you little bugger? And then he just sees that I'm upset, and he's coming over here to try to console me. I need a haircut, too. Look at that. Oof. I look like Jimmy Neutron or some shit. Anyway, yeah, like, I honestly think that if I wasn't lucky enough to find my friend's house, my friend's dad's house, not even his house, my friend's dad's house, that I probably would have had to sleep on the pavement that night. And, you know, like, I'm really frustrated because I was just like, why didn't the police do their duties? Was it because I was transgender? Is that the reason why she didn't show up? Is because she just thought this was a trans issue and she didn't want to deal with it? Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go home and play on the computer, I guess. I really like this job. I was working for Tilray, you know? The medical marijuana plant. Like, they were gonna I'm helping set up all the water systems and trays and stands and rails and stuff, all that for setting up for where the plants are gonna be. The lights were just put in above. Like, it's pretty interesting, I think. But I don't know. This is basically just a vent video. You don't even have to respond. You can just pretend you never even seen this. I don't even think anyone's gonna even watch this. So I just wish people, just every person, had the right to not be harassed for any reason about their attributes. I do believe that you should be allowed to be harassed based on your... Can you fuck off? Just get here. Ugh. He's trying to eat my fucking catnip joints, and that shit's for muscle relaxing. I'm fucking sore as hell from doing like 300 squats in one day. I didn't even claim that I got hurt though, so I'm just gonna smoke some catnip and call it a day. I'm sorry. I'm just. Bye, I guess.